Hi, Kristen. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Dave?
Better than I deserve. How can I help?
Well, currently my husband and I are trying to tackle some of your baby steps. We're new to it, but I've been listening to you for about 4 months now, and I'm madly in love with your philosophy and how to tackle debt. Currently we have about $98,000 worth of debt together. That's not including our house. We have 2 little boys, ranging in ages 7 and 3, and we're looking to add another one to the family. I'm kind of at the point in my life where I want to be done having babies, though I love being a mommy, and we're looking to maybe start next year, though we're only in baby step 2, and we still have a lot of debt, and obviously saving would be really key here to set ourselves up for success to have another baby. I'm just kind of not sure what to do. Do we wait another year or 2 until most of our debt's knocked out, or do we just go ahead and say, hey, let's do it. We're both still young, and we'll keep going on with your program and hopefully manage it somehow.
Okay, so what does your husband make a year?
50.
50. And you have $98,000 in what kind of debt?
It ranges from student loan to a HELOC loan, credit card, and a car.
How much do you owe on your car?
My husband's going to kill me. We recently actually just traded in and upgraded for a minivan, so we're kind of set up for a bigger family. So we're at about $43,000.
Okay. All right. Well, that was pretty freaking stupid.
Yeah, I know.
So sell the van.
Okay.
Half of your debt, and you want to have babies, half of your debt was a stupid van.
Right.
And you called a talk radio host to ask permission to have babies because you bought a van you couldn't afford. I'm fussing at you. You feeling it?
I'm feeling it.
Okay. I mean, really, you just traded the right to have children financially for a van. So trade back.
Right.
Trade back. The reason this doesn't make sense in your mind and in your heart is you're overwhelmed with debt and you're worried about whether or not you can afford to do this. And the reason you can't afford to do this is you bought a van you couldn't afford.
Right.
Conclusion's real simple. Sell the van.
Well, I work too, and I make commission on top of what I bring home monthly. I don't know.
You think that changes this conversation?
Okay, because I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
It does. I bring in about 70 based on salary, and commissions can range from anywhere.
You bought a van you can't afford, and so you're having to ask in your own mind and then asking me whether you can afford to have children. And the reason you're asking the question is you're pinched. And the reason you're pinched is you bought a van you can't afford.
Right.
That's the bottom line here. And so, yeah, I think you ought to have kids. Are you going to quit when you have kids?
No. I love working and also being a mom.
Great. Okay. So get a $5,000 van and sell this van. It was a really dumb idea. You doubled your consumer debt all in the name of babies that aren't even here yet and a place to carry them in a car you can't afford.
Right.
It's just nuts. You even knew that because you know what you said when I asked you about it? My husband's going to kill me.
Well, he was going to kill me on how it all happened. I went in for an oil change and came out with a minivan. But to be honest, I was doing it in effort to have a reliable car because previous cars were all used and were not reliable and costing me a fortune.
They didn't cost you $43,000.
True, but I looked at this van as
I don't think I can help you, darling. I don't think I can help you. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you about this anymore. This is a dumb move. You can't really justify it. You can't really rationalize it. If you're not going to undo it, I can't help you. Okay, you do what you want to do. It's okay. You're an adult. You're allowed to do what you want to do. But I'm not. It's absolutely absurd. The whole process was absurd. How you got there was absurd. The decision was absurd. The fact that you're now worried about having kids because you made this decision is absurd. And then the fact that you don't want to undo the decision is absurd. So that's what you're facing, kiddo. So you got to decide. You got to decide what you're going to do here. You want to have kids, you want to have a van. Because it's really tough for you to afford both. That's why you called me, because you were feeling that pinch. Not because you actually needed my permission to have kids. That's crazy. You know you don't need my permission to have kids. So, hey, thanks for the call.